Hi.
Welcome back to...
Oh, it's not me.
It's my turn. It's my turn on Wednesdays.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Count us in. Go,
That's
go,
so
go.
funny. Okay. No, I'm not doing it again. We're listening to this.
Yeah, it's fine. Go on.
This is the start of the podcast now, okay?
Do you know what it is?
Okay, welcome back, guys.
It's because I have been so ready for this podcast. One, I must say, as soon as you got on, as soon as I saw you on FaceTime, you look beautiful.
I know. Yeah.
You look very...
Tell me something I don't fucking know.
You look very gorgeous. I love the new red hair. I like the jumpsuit. You look very... I can see some tan lines, which means you're probably in the garden.
Oh my god. Do you know what? Right, you just brought this up. I have been so close to buying this like fake tan I keep seeing. It keeps being advertised to me. And I looked at it and it looks legit as hell. So I was like, okay, I'm down. And I'm not normally a fake tan person. And like, I feel like such a hypocrite because I always tell Mum like that she smells like fake tan.
Oh my god, screw it. It's 2020. Do what you want.
I know. And like, I spoke to Kate about it and she was just like, do you know what? It's the fucking time. Because if you're going to like mess it up, now's time. You don't see anyone.
Yeah.
I was like, do you know what? That's true. I'm this close to ordering it.
Oh my god, I fully support. Just go all out, Dudley. Get some like fake tips. Get some some fake.
Have you seen that Dudley's like flooded at the moment?
Is it really?
Yeah, I hope everyone's safe up there. They've had some really terrible rain up there.
Yeah,
I hope everyone's safe.
Me too. Sorry, I don't know. I couldn't get the sincerity out of my voice then. Oh my gosh, so many things have happened today. One, I was just on my way home, very, very busy day, and I had one of those situations where you see someone from afar, and it was a dad, and he was pushing I was going to say stroller, what do we call that in the UK?
A pram?
A pushchair or a pram, right? It's pushing around, and I was like, ooh, it's a hot dad moment, and then you know those people that are just, like, they look hot, and then you get closer, and you're just like, oh, I made such a mistake.
Yeah.
It was one of those. I was like, oh no. And then, I mean, I don't want to shame. I'm not going to shame anyone, but it didn't look great up close, and I just felt such shame and such guilt.
It didn't look good. That was just like the nail in the coffin.
So yeah, I had that happen on the way home, and then I sat on the train. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. This week I've had some anxiety flares. You know, I'm very honest. I'm open on the podcast. I've had some anxiety flares, right? So, and I must have at some point this week. I know I've had very, very bad anxiety, and at some point I must have blacked out and been on my phone, right?
Yeah.
And so this week especially, I've been really, really tired. I've been really, really anxious. I think it's just been taken out of me. You know, when anxiety comes, it's pretty rough. So I've been doing the thing where like Jung gets home and I'm like, lie down on the sofa, let me lie on you. That gets all my anxiety out, and I'll probably just fall asleep. So I'm not really, I'm not all there from like 7 onwards. I'm kind of phased out. Anyway, I'm on the train coming home, and I get an email from Amazon. Amazon sent me an email that there's stuff in my basket that I'm yet to check out.
Right. What have you done?
There's 3 things, right? Cookie dough ice cream.
Nice.
Celebration birthday cake ice cream and coffee creamer in vanilla flavour. And I was just like, when did I do that? Looked, it's from the other night. In one of my anxiety stupors, I must have gone on Amazon and tried to order a load of like...
Oh my god, I didn't know Amazon did ice cream. That's a game changer.
They don't. But in Japan, because a lot of the shops don't have a lot of Western things, a lot of like American stuff you can get from Amazon. So I must have gone on in my stupor and been like, get me all the sugar, get me all this comfort food. So
you should just fucking buy it. Just order it. Just press checkout.
I did.
Done.
I've just done the single checkout. Proceed.
Yes. Yeah, like the buy with one click. Bang. That is like a blessing and a curse, that button, the buy with one click.
But I do appreciate like previous anxiety-ridden Josh going on and pre-ordering myself some nice things to get me through the week. I was just like, yes, that's my boy. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed.
I used to when I was younger and I was like, I had a lot of anxiety as well. I used to order things from Amazon in my sleep.
Nice. What's the weirdest thing you ever ordered? Weird?
I can't remember. I ordered some jars, like, you know, like the like glass jars that have like the metal clasp thing. I ordered 2 of those, and And then I made like a dessert with them. I put dessert in them, and I was like, "Look at this! I'm such a country mum." Like, at 14 years old, and I ordered the Billy Elliot musical scorebook.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah, which I don't regret. I love it. I still have it. I have loads of them.
No regrets. I enjoy that. I like how Anxiety You in the middle of the night wakes up and thinks, "Do you know what will get me through this? The scorebook from Billy."
Yeah. It's like, do you know what I need to learn? How to play the piano first, and then
and then
I'll just whip out some Elton John's best,
Yeah.
some Billy Elliot. I love that musical though.
I also have one more piece of news, and I'm going to tell you before we get into the podcast. Oh, I've got some great things to the podcast, by the way. But just before I tell you that, I have some really terrible news to tell you. But I feel like you're a great person to tell because it's not negative. Don't take this in a negative way. Okay?
Well, why did you say it was terrible then?
You're like the only person that's going to understand, and I feel like this is a good time to tell. Right. So anyway, I'm overdoing it. So recently, I have a cat. She's the best part of my entire life. She's my absolute princess, and I love her dearly.
Are you getting another cat?
And recently, someone at my boyfriend's work has had a litter of cats unexpectedly.
Oh, cute.
And this person is just like, I want them to go to really good homes. Where can they go? And this is like, the litter must have been born like 6 weeks ago. And it was mentioned to me, and I was like, oh yeah, we've got Elle, and she's great, and like, I would have another cat, whatevs, and if they needed some, and it was so unserious. And then today, they were like, boyfriend texted me, and he was like, do you want to see a picture? And I was like, oh. Then we're going into like dangerous territory of like, if I see the picture, that's it, I've got to rescue this cat then, like, I'm going to have to go and get it. And then today, Jen's like, okay, I'm going to bring home a picture. I'm going to get one, like, ask her for a picture. And let's talk about it tonight. And I was like, oh, what great timing, because I'm doing the podcast. I can talk to Jess. I mean, either get excited about it or call me crazy.
100%, like, you will end up with a cat by tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that I have the capacity to say no. And,
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
And I thought, who better to ask than my other, like, pet crazy animal lover? You?
I would do it.
Right, great. Okay, so, I mean, look.
You know I would.
Look, keep it on the podcast. Who knows? Maybe not, maybe. My boyfriend is much more level-headed than I am. So, maybe it won't happen. Josh.
As soon as you say that you want something, he's there.
Yeah,
and you say that he's level-headed. Yeah, he tries to be. He tries to be this, like, the reasonable one.
Bless him.
And then as soon as you're like, no, I want it, he's like, okay, let's get it. That's it.
Bless.
There is no other arguments there. There's no other discussing. That's what happens.
He did send me some.
You will have a cat by tomorrow.
He did send me some texts, and he was like, look, we've got to think about this, we've got to think about this, we've got to think about this. And I was like, yeah, but then he did send me one after, and he was like, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? And I was like, oh, it's coming. So yeah, very excited.
But as a person who has 2 cats, what I will say is that they become less obsessed with you and more obsessed with each other.
Boo.
So like you will lose, like that's the thing, because Elle is like such a cuddly cat, and she really loves you.
She does.
And she'll probably be more, fascinated with the kitten than you.
Yeah, she's gonna become better. Well,
that's something you gotta think about, but
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm not sure yet. Well, I'll get back to you on it. Do you have any news? Do you have any exciting news?
No.
Also, can I just say, am I the only person that, like, right, I'm gonna confess, I've had 2 McDonald's in the past week. Because I'm back at work, and I am not only back at work, I'm back at work with, like, a vengeance. I'm, like, busy as, I am back.
Yeah.
And so, and my boyfriend gets home really, really late. Yesterday, 8 o'clock. The day before, 7:30. So, cooking is just not a thing in my household that much. And so I've had 2, I must say, I just don't feel good about it. I just feel so gross. And I've gone up a trouser size, and I'm just like, wow, I need to calm down. But I can't, Jess. The nugs call to me.
I know. I had last week on Thursday I had a McDonald's, on Friday I had a KFC, and on Saturday I had a McDonald's. So I'm with you. Oh god, he's also got a Monster which he tried to open like away from the mic and it didn't work.
You
We
know,
definitely heard that.
You know, a podcast about to get real when Josh has a Monster.
You know, a podcast is super unprofessional when you can just hear background noises.
If you don't hear...
All you can hear is, like, my dog snoring, my cup of tea is, like, rattling on the table.
One of the phones is going to go off, Jess is going to get pod cough, I'm probably going to sneeze, it's going to go down, I'm ready. But, can I just say that my preparation for this week, as we're getting into it now, we're at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to get into it, right? I am going, because we've had some, you know, it's been a weird month, you know, everything's been going weird around the world, so I thought, right, fuck crime. I'm not doing crime. Ooh. This week, I'm going paranormal. Bitch, give me a ghost story.
I can swallow that one.
I am doing some nice paranormal ghost stories. I was looking some up.
Nice, I love ghost stories.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? We need a little chill. The world's getting a bit crazy. What's better than a chill than a big ghoulie? So yeah, that's where I'm going.
I have 2 crime stories for you.
Oh right, okay, all right. Oh god, all right.
So I'll just ruin that for you.
Okay. I wonder how many do I have? Hang on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. So I'll do.
How big are they? How long are they?
Not super, but some are more than a paragraph.
Okay, cool.
So, do you want me to go first?
We got time. Yeah. Start us off.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. I hope you're ready for this.
I am.
Okay. So, I was looking up some scary stories from some hometowns and just looking at what people had I just lost my notes. Sorry. And what people had been doing, right?
I love how unprofessional we are.
This is the midweek. So great. Thank God this is the midweek podcast because this is going. Anyway.
I love it.
So, and I was reading this one and I don't know why, but it kind of got me good. And I thought you'd enjoy it. So,
okay.
Scariest moment of my life happened while my friend and I were camping in eastern Canada as teenagers. We decided to sleep in an abandoned camper that we found in a large forest that was near our town. It had been there so long that small trees had started to grow around it, and it was kind of like a town thing. We'd stumbled across it while exploring a few months back and thought it would be cool and brave to sleep there for the night, so one weekend we did just that. That's insane. If you see
that is insane.
Don't go saying it. That's not for you to say.
No fucking way. My God, that's how stupid can you be? I know they said they were teenagers, but like, get over yourselves. Do not sleep in there. What an idiot! Like, if something happens to them, that's on them.
I mean, seriously, someone call Merida because this getting brave. Sorry, that was so gross.
Oh, that was such a stretch, and I loved it.
So we arrived. I'm so disappointed in myself. We arrived after dark because we had gotten lost trying to find the camper. We had a really low power flashlight, dumbass. So it made it even more difficult. Once we finally found it, we opened the rusty door and stepped in. The sounds inside the camper were shrill and echoey. There were typical camper things strewn around: cups, empty cans, a swollen Pulp Fiction novel. Ooh.
Did you say a swollen?
Swollen. Ooh, it's been like read too many times, hasn't it?
What?
Already tired, we got up in one end of the camper where the bed area had originally been, before the cushions had rotted away to almost nothing. A long hallway stretched down the camper, and you could see from end to end of the camper, and we stayed at one end. It was a miserable night. There were several rats that also living around and in there. I saw them staring at us from a chewed part of the ceiling. This is the time to leave. When the wind blew outside the camper, it would shriek and groan. We even thought we heard a bear outside at one point walking around. Still, we feigned bravery, acted like we were having a great time, but were both clearly on edge. At some point, I woke up from a very uncomfortable sleep. I sat up to adjust myself when I noticed some movement out the corner of my eye. At the other end of the camper, there's a small window, and as I looked at it, I saw a man's silhouette. He was clearly staring straight at me from outside. At first, I thought maybe it was a weird shape of a tree or something, but But when I moved a bit to get a better look, the person clearly reacted and then froze. My heart was pumping and I woke up my friend immediately saying, "Someone is here," over and over in a whisper, not taking my eyes off the person's profile. He woke up immediately and I nodded towards the window and he saw him too. We whispered frantically about who it could be and why he was staring at us. And for the next 10 minutes, no joke, we just stared him down, making sure he knew that we were aware he was there. The longer we stared at him, the more frightened we got. Occasionally he'd move, but always would keep his eyes locked on us. Eventually I shouted to him, "Hey!" No reaction. My friend was much braver than me and decided to shine the flashlight at him. As soon as he did, we realised we'd made a horrible mistake. It wasn't a window on the other side of the camper, it was a mirror. We had been staring down ourselves from the very start, completely idiotically. Still, it was the most fearful, relieving and funny moment of my life that I'll never forget. Closest to paranormal I've ever been.
That's great.
How good is that?
That is great. That was good.
Yeah,
I like
enjoyed that.
It was just a mirror.
Oh.
That's something I would do, 100%, like in the middle of the night.
Oh,
I do that all the time.
so good.
You know when people are like, I think people have recently started saying that, like, if you have clothes in your room, like on a chair or like hanging up somewhere, and in the middle of the night you think of someone, and I just stare at it for like ever, thinking of something, and then I'm just like, oh wait, that's that like top that I threw there earlier.
I was one of those kids that, do you remember when cars would go past your window and the light would go on the top? That used to freak me out. That was enough for me.
Yeah, I
the
used to think it was aliens.
In it and so...
The way it like zoomed across like my ceiling, because cars would always like where I live like in a round cul-de-sac, like a proper cul-de-sac, you know, and like so cars only ever come up to go up driveways where I don't really see, or they turn around.
Okay.
So when I was younger, and like people would always get lost and they turn up our like little cul-de-sac and they realise it's dead end, they sort of turn around, so the lights just go like in a weird circle across my room, and it is genuinely, as a kid, I thought it was aliens.
I love it. Love it.
You can tell why we have issues. Like,
I know.
Obviously, we never slept well. We always like we believe in this like alien crap.
Never. This alien crap. Okay, give us a crime.
Okay, I have one here. So, in 1977, Mark Barnes and Charlotte Moriarty.
Oh, nice name.
Like literally like Sherlock. Isn't that weird? Do you know that was a real name? I didn't even know that was a real name, and then I looked it up to see if it was fake, and they were like, no, it's a really popular name.
No, I didn't know.
I was like, what?
Nice.
So, okay, anyway, Mark Barnes and Charlotte Moriarty lived together in Hua'ula in Hawaii.
Oh, beautiful.
And at the beginning of the year, Charlotte gave birth to a son named Mark Panama Moriarty Barnes.
Wow, what a mouthful.
I know, destined. You're just setting this kid up. You're just setting him up for a fail. Like, on the June 21st,
do you think he was
Charlotte
called
put
Maury Farty at school?
Definitely. Well, he was 6 months old when she like. So I'll let me carry on. So on June 21st, Charlotte put 6 months old Marks into a stroller. It says that in the story.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Into a stroller, and told her husband that they were going to a nearby store. Neither of them returned home that day. After Mark notified the police, they conducted an extensive search of the island, but now phone. Oh my God, why do I always do this? I can't read things. Like, I'm so shit at reading things out. Okay, they conducted an extensive search of the island, the whole island, but they found no trace of either Charlotte or Mark's. They literally got off the island in a matter of hours.
No way.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know how easy that is.
But I like how you said it with the conviction that you knew.
I know. I had to make it dramatic somehow. So shortly after running away with her son, Charlotte Moriarty was arrested after breaking into a house. She told the police her name was Jane Amia, and that her son was called Tenzin, which I thought was really weird. This is why I was like, oh my God, Tenzin, because that is literally the name. If anyone's a fan of The Last Airbender, that is the name of Avatar Aang's son. He's called Tenzin. And I was like, oh my God, did she literally name him after that? And then I was like, no, that came out in like 2008.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that was a real name. I thought that was made specifically for The Last Airbender.
That's great.
Anyway, Charlotte was confined to a psychiatric hospital while Tenzin was sent to live in an orphanage. When Marks was 3, he was adopted by Steve and Pat Carter in New Jersey, a couple stationed while they were stationed in Hawaii. They had no idea Marks had been abducted from his father. They had no idea about his history. In 2011, 34-year-old Marks, or Tenzin, was following a news story about Carlina White, an abducted infant reunited with her biological mother after 23 years. He began to suspect that he may have been abducted, and he began browsing missing children websites. He came across a profile for Mark's Panama Moriarty Barnes and was stunned with how much he looked like the age progression sketch. He went for a DNA test and he found out that he was that child, and then he reunited with his dad 34 years later.
That's insane.
Yeah, and then at the end it says Charlotte Moriarty's current whereabouts are unknown.
Ooh, yes!
She's like, I'm ready to strike, bitch. She's just hiding in a bush outside, like, I'm unknown.
I hope she's somewhere called Ang now and just running around.
That's where she is. She's in the Earth Kingdom or something.
Oh, I enjoy that. That was nice.
She's in Republic City. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I find that so interesting when people, like, later on in life have this weird feeling of, like, oh, I don't belong. And then they give, they look it up and then they find themselves. That's insane. And there's a lot of stories like that as well. It's so interesting.
God, I would think that, but then I literally look like a twin of my mum, so.
Yeah, you do.
But I'm just, like, personality-wise, I'm so different.
You're like a full-on doppelganger. Okay, let me see. I've got 2 short ones, so I'm going to do the 2 short ones, then you can do the last one, and I'll finish that with a long, big one. Okay? Okay.
Oh, wait. I have a creepy kid says, and I really like this one, so I want to say it just quickly. It's just like a few sentences.
Yes, give it me good.
Okay, ready? My niece was sitting on the couch with a weird look on her face. Her mum asked her what she was thinking about, and she said, I'm imagining the waves of blood rushing over me. I can just imagine this kid just sat there, like, peacefully. She's like, the blood is coming.
Oh my God, I love that.
Okay. I know. Okay, kids, go.
Oh,
I said
so
kids,
nice.
go.
Do you know what? That actually makes me want to have a child because I want to be around someone that thinks like that.
I liked that one. That did make me like children more, that one.
Wonderful. Okay, so this is a very short one. About 20 years ago, my mum came out of the shower. Oh, this one's quite sad. Okay, anyway.
Bring us down, Josh. Bring us down.
Okay. About 20 years ago, my mum came out of the shower. Sorry.
Oh my God, she's going to, like, fall and break her neck or something now.
I'm so sorry. I just
Stop
pictured
laughing.
someone's mum getting out of the shower and it just made me chuckle. And I also remember one day Jess getting out of the shower, having a bit of a breakdown. She had a towel around her, but she didn't realise one of her boobs were out.
I don't care, my boobs are out all the time.
But not out. One of her boobs was like sneakily peeking from under the towel. One of the best days of my life. Sorry. Anyway, about 20 years ago, my mum came out of the shower, pale, shaking, and hysterical. My aunt spoke to me and she said...
You're literally talking about me this day.
Oh my God. Okay. About 20 years ago, my mum came out of the shower, pale, shaking, hysterical. Okay. She said, my aunt spoke to me and she said that she's here to pick someone up. I know she's talking about my father, she said to my dad and I. Her aunt had been dead for many years. 2 days later, my grandfather, my mum's father, was in the hospital. He was in a coma and died. Oh my God. Do you know what? We have to cut this. And died shortly after that from undetected lung cancer. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, the shame.
Oh, God.
I am so sorry for the mom who came out the shower.
He died.
He died. Oh my God, I'm so ashamed.
Oh God.
Well, it was meant to be sad.
You probably set me off. Oh God, that's so funny.
The guilt. I feel such guilt.
I was just waiting for something then, and that was so funny.
I'm so sorry.
God.
Right, I've got another short one. Let's see if I can...
Go on.
Right.
I don't think I can carry on.
Oh my god. I can't believe you said doid. Doid? Where did it even come from? Jeez. Okay. Not me, but my dad. I'm so sorry. Not me, but my dad. I also need to burp, which isn't helping this whole situation.
Stop it! I can't.
I don't know if doid was a combination of me wanting to burp and say the word dead. Anyway.
Right. You were trying to say the word died.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. Stop talking. Okay. Not me, but my dad. When he was younger, he used to see a woman in a white nightdress holding a candelabra, walking along the hallway at his old house. No one ever believed him, and they thought that... But he always said that he was his grandmother. Okay? Fast forward 20 plus years.
I'm so lost.
Okay, wait.
I'm so lost already.
Okay, wait. Let me tell this again. When my dad was younger, he used to see a woman in a white nightdress holding a candelabra walking along the hallway of his house. Okay? No one ever believed him as a kid, but he always said, it's my grandma. Okay, fast forward 20 years.
I'm literally in tears.
He's talking to someone that he works with. The girl said that she keeps seeing a woman in a white nightdress holding a candelabra in her house. My dad asked where she used to live, and it was the same old spooky house. Oh my god, you didn't catch on to any of that, did you?
I did. I just can't get over the first one. I did. I know it was the same house. Yeah, the creepy woman with the candelabra. Josh, he's eating cheese. Oh my god. We gotta stop.
We
gotta stop this now.
Don't you dare.
Oh god. No. I just mean, like, I can't go on.
You give us some crime. Hit me good.
I can't. I genuinely, like, I can't see through the tears in my eyes.
Do you want me to give you my last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can try. Stop eating cheese with cheese hanging out your mouth
I
while
can't.
you're trying to record a podcast.
I'm addicted to the cheese. Okay. Wait, I'm lost. Oh my gosh, I'm lost.
I gotta stop. I gotta calm down. Oh my god.
Okay.
Even the dog's looking at me weird.
Okay, I've got one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I grew up in the Arctic. I don't know what. Wait.
Oh my god.
I grew up in the Arctic.
God.
In the town I lived in, as long as it was like a clear night, it was really normal occurrence to see all sorts of strange lights move across the sky. Keep in mind that winter is really long in the Arctic, which means longer amounts of time being spent under the stars. It's quite beautiful, as long as you don't mind the cold as much. And so sometimes I would drive a little snowmobile a few kilometres out of town, shut it down, I'd lay on the snow, look up at the sky, and just think of the majesty of it all. The only thing disturbing the silence would be the occasional breeze. The northern lights are also a really common occurrence. It doesn't happen every day, but it happens often enough that they start to get ignored after a while by, like, townsfolk. As long as they aren't too, like, spectacular, anyway. On one particular night, without asking my parents, I decided to go on one of my midnight drives out of town. I drove a few kilometres over the hills to find a spot devoid of all light pollution from town. I shut off the machine, settled in a good spot, looked up and started being retrospective. It wasn't all that interesting a scene. A few satellites would pass here and there, some relatively boring activity affecting the magnetic field, etc. And then I started noticing a clicking noise. At first I thought it was the sound of a snow machine cooling down, as the engine expands and contracts to hold in a lot of cold air. But the source of the sound definitely wasn't coming from that direction. My next thought was that it was probably an animal nearby, in which case I need to get out of there, because you don't want to mess with a wild animal out there. But the clicking was too regular and too persistent to just be an animal to produce it. It was fairly mechanical sounding, to be honest. And again, the source of the sound isn't coming from anywhere around me. More so, it was coming from somewhere above me. So naturally, I look up, determined to ascertain the origin of the strange noise. I see what I always see. Stars, northern lights, lazy satellite crossing the sky, all the normal stuff. Before I dismiss it altogether and begin heading home, I noticed something strange in the Aurora Borealis.
Yeah.
What a nice place to live.
Yeah.
There were 3 rather strong points of light. I ignored them at first, thinking they were oddly symmetrical stars, but this proved out to be false. They were definitely getting brighter. I kept staring in morbid fascination as they grew stronger and stronger, yet still only remaining single points in the sky. All the while, the clicking noise gets louder and louder and more pronounced, almost like someone started with tapping a pen on a desk and then clacking billiard balls together inside of my own head. Then it stopped. The lights were gone, the clicking couldn't be heard anymore, and aside from being a little stiff, cold, and a little weirded out, I was fine. I jumped back up and get on the snowmobile, thinking maybe I'm probably going crazy. The machine takes a little longer than usual to start up, so I start to worry. But as soon as it's running, I head back into town. As I'm driving back, there are several plausible scenarios as to what occurred running through my head. I'm thinking it could have been a helicopter from the mine, they wrote. Don't know what that means. The mine.
Don't know.
Or some strange northern light behaviour, which is not uncommon. Probably not that big of a deal. I pull up to my house, the lights are all dark, which is weird because it wasn't that late when I left. I open the outer door as quietly as possible, remove all of my winter gear, then go into the inner door. The house is quiet, really, really quiet. My parents are teachers, and they're usually up late marking, watching TV. All I'm thinking is, I have to get to bed without anyone noticing I've been out. Proves to be easy as I'm soon under my covers. I go to set my alarm for the next day. All of a sudden, everything makes sense. Engine hard to start, stiff, kind of chilly. Nobody up. When I was gone, for what felt like a short period of time, turns out it was almost 11 p.m. when I left, and now it was 6 a.m. I stood staring at clicking lights for almost 7 hours. I never ended up sleeping that night. I don't know what happened, but from then on, I never went on late night snow machine rides.
I find it weird that, like, he thinks it's the fucking Northern Lights clicking. I mean, is that a thing?
I know. I mean, it's gotta be aliens.
Definitely.
It's aliens.
Definitely aliens.
It's gotta be the aliens.
I've seen the Northern Lights.
Have you? When you were in Norway?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I went to Norway, and it was so funny because, like, I went to go see my friend, and where she lives was so, like, far into the Arctic Circle that, like, we didn't have to leave her garden.
Oh my God.
I was in her back garden looking at the Northern Lights, and her dad made us hot chocolate, and for some reason we started singing the Titanic theme tune.
I really appreciate how you've gone from, like, hysterical crying to, like, the calmest person ever again.
I had to calm down. Literally, people were texting me from inside the house, just like, what the hell's going on? They were just like, Jess, what are you doing? And I'm like, why are you screaming?
Do you think you can get through your last crying?
100% can't. No, because I just tried when you were, like, doing that. I was trying to, like, read through it to, like, you know, re-jog my memory. And I came across a name, and I started, like, dying inside, and I had to stop.
Oh my God, come on, do it.
I mean, I'll try. Oh, God. Right, okay. Bobby Worley was born in Fairmount. Oh, God, I've said it wrong already.
Okay.
You laughed.
I'm sorry.
Was born in Fairmont, North Carolina, and was the youngest of 7 children. In 1963, he was charged with raping a woman and was sentenced to 3 years at Sing Sing, which I looked up as a prison, and I was like, what the hell is a prison doing, like, called Sing Sing? But yeah, there we go. Apparently it's quite famous as well. Shortly after his release, Worley changed his name to Bobby Wells and went to live with one of his brothers in the Bronx. In 1968, he got into an altercation with a female neighbour and roughed up one of her kids.
Okay.
Don't know why that's funny.
Oh my God.
When the woman threatened to call the police, he disappeared. This was the last time his family ever saw him, and he remained a missing person for 25 years. However, in 1993, the Worley family got closure in the most unexpected way imaginable, after the death of a famous drag queen named Dorian Corey. Okay. So Dorian Corey was born, this is what made me laugh, Frederick Legg.
Oh,
I just thought it was
lovely.
really funny that his name was Legg. but assumed his new identity after getting breast implants during the 1960s.
Yes.
And Corey soon became a popular figure in the New York City drag queen circuit.
Ooh.
And gained prominence after being featured in the documentary Paris is Burning.
Okay.
So she's a big deal, especially in the drag community, but like also like around New York, she's quite famous.
Cool.
On August 29th, 1993, Corey died of AIDS-related complications and left behind a Manhattan apartment. When it was being cleaned out, a large trunk was discovered. To everyone's shock, the partially mummified body of a man was inside. A fingerprint check identified the body as Bobby Worley.
Okay.
Isn't that cool? He was mummified.
Oof.
That's cool. That's not ugh, that's amazing. Worley had been shot in the back of the head and was believed to have been dead for 15 to 25 years. The exact details of how Worley's body wound up in the trunk are unknown, but before his disappearance, his brother remembered him mentioning a relationship with a transvestite named Dorian. The most prevalent rumour is that Worley was shot in self-defence when he tried to assault Dorian Corey, and that his mummified body was hidden inside the trunk to avoid a scandal because she was famous and, like, you know, popular.
Oh, yes.
So that's the most popular theory, is that, yeah, she tried to attack her or something, and she shot him in the back of the head as self-defence, and then she was, like, scared and just hid his body.
Oh
And,
my
like, for 15 to 25 years he was just there.
No
Isn't that cool?
way.
Just mummified in a box.
Ooh. Ooh.
I loved it.
I wonder how many other cars have mummified people.
It wasn't a car. It was like a trunk. They mean by like a big box, like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
that
meant
kind
the
of
trunk
trunk.
of a car. Okay.
No, it was in her apartment in Manhattan. When she died, they were cleaning it out and they found like this massive, you know, like box trunk, which he was inside.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bitch. Shot him in the back of the head and then hit him in a trunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what I would do to you if, like, you know, you were still here and told me you were going to go home. I think I would shoot you in the back of the head and put you in a trunk.
Wow. Wow. Just let me be eaten by your cats.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I love how you said cats. Oh, putting that good energy
Because
out there.
I know there's another one coming.
Putting that good energy out there. I'm ready for that. Oh, that was so
I think
good.
I know you better than you know you, so I just know that that's going to happen.
Oh my god, well, you know, stay tuned because by Saturday, who knows, maybe a cat will be here.
It will.
Oh, that was
What are you going to call her?
Oh, call her? I haven't thought of names yet. Look at... Oh my god. You little enabler. Yes, well, my current cat is called Elle.
Mm-hmm.
She's named after 11 from Stranger Things. Because Jess introduced me to Stranger Things, and Jess, cool story, I only have this cat because of Jess, because Jess basically had a lot of friends in the pet community, and then someone had a cat that was really, really, really old, and Jess was going to adopt the cat, but then Jess decided she was going to leave Japan, and then we felt like compelled to this cat that was like in need, went to go visit it, and the cat was kind of doing really, really fine, but some kittens were not doing fine, and that was it. I ended up with Elle.
Mm-hmm.
So, I named after Jessie, because, you know, Jess was leaving. I thought it was a nice little homage. So if I get another cat, I don't know what I would call her, because do I stay in the Stranger Things theme?
If it was a boy, you could call it like Dustin or something.
Oh, Dustin.
That's cute.
Dusty, that's cute. I would rather a girl, if I'm honest.
We'll call it Max.
Oh, man.
Nancy.
Bob.
Bob! Yes!
Justice for Bob.
Oh, justice for Bob in the name of a cat.
Do you know what? And I think a cat called Barbara would be quite wonderful. Especially
I love
for two
that.
homosexuals to have a cat called Barbara.
Oh my god, yes. Please do that.
Bob. Oh, Bob. Oh, God. But it does kind of remind me of, like, when Nicki Minaj says Barbs for her, like, fans. Like, Barbie's, like, me just walking around with, like, Barb.
I see nothing but a plus in that. That is nothing but a positive thing. There is no negative to this.
Okay, well, we may have just settled it then. Who knows? I mean, I do like Nancy as well. Nancy's good.
I prefer Barb.
Do you?
I think Nancy is cuter, but I just like Barb for the like comedic effect.
Oh, Barb. Barb.
I also think it would just be funny, especially if it was an orange cat.
See, I did say...
It was a ginger tabby.
I did say to the man that I would love a ginger cat. Because we have a black cat. If I had a ginger cat, the Halloween theme in my life would be, you know, full circle complete. God, yeah. However, I am also the kind of person that's like, I don't really care what the animal looks like. I don't care, you know, age. I don't care anything. I just like having the hat, like them to have a nice home.
I just like having the hat.
I just like having the hat. But I think you're kind of the same. You've never been the kind of person that's like, oh, I want this like designer kind of animal. I want to design.
No.
We've always been the kind of people that are like, oh, nobody wants this animal. Oh, great. Like, put it in my fucking face. I'll take it.
Put it in my basket, ready for checkout.
Yeah, like, let me take this home. I'm going to have deep emotions towards this animal.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to meeting Barb next week.
Oh my gosh, yes, put that energy out there. Well, I will say that whatever happens, we're probably going to pay for the shots for some of the cats. Because this person, I think, doesn't have the money to. And I don't like the idea of cats. You know, spade your animals. You know, if you're not going to breed and you're not a responsible breeder,
be responsible.
Yeah, get them their shots. And if someone needs help with that kind of stuff, help them. It's animals. Plus, I don't have children, so this is my way of, you know, being a mother.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Me too. Obviously, as I had a mega laughing fit in the middle of it.
I did. Well, good. Okay, right.
I've had to be brought right back down. Like, you know, I've had to, like, really calm myself down again because I was hysterical.
Oh my god, the monster's about to hit me good.
Do you know, I thought about, this is so random. I know we're trying to end the podcast, and I know you're especially trying to end it right now, and you've, like, said everything we normally say to end it, but I was thinking about this the other day, and this is why it reminded me, like, when I was laughing more.
Yeah, hit me.
Remember that time that we were in that pancake cafe, and, like, we were both just absolutely hysterically laughing?
Yes.
And I kept saying words that began with B for no reason. Like, I can't remember what started it, but it was, like, I kept saying, like, bat or something, and, like, and then I said BBW, and like you just like hysterical, and everyone in the cafe was laughing because we were laughing, and then people outside the cafe started laughing because we were laughing, and then Josh just got up and ran away and left me there.
Well, okay, let's put this into context, shall we? Right, because the true villain of this story is Jess, because we were sitting so peacefully, and you must have said something, and it just set me off, and I have this condition. Okay, it's a condition where when I laugh, my knees and my legs go weak, and I just hit the floor. I just fall over, hit the floor, I'm dead. So anyway, we're laughing. And
then sat on a seat.
The laughing gets worse. It's like obnoxious, loud. The whole floor of this mall can like hear us because we are just dying of laugh. And I have this kind of laugh where it's like wheezy, you know, disgusting, like grossy, wheezy, breathy kind of laugh. Anyway, the people around us start giggling. The people outside waiting to get in start laughing. The kids walking past us start laughing. And I was like, right, I've got to escape. Because everything Jess said afterwards, she was like, it's as if she was doing, like, a countdown of words, like, trying to get all these quick B words in on me.
I don't know why it started like this way. I have no idea what happened. I just remember saying bats, and I remember saying BBW, and I'm setting you off.
I just know that I've been back there since, and the woman that was there asked me about you. I was like, oh, how are you? You had so much fun last time. And I was like, fun? I literally almost died from laughter. Like, I couldn't breathe. I had to run away because I was turning purple.
I also remember being in TGI Fridays and, like, scream laughing. Because that's what I do. When I become, like, hysterical, I just start screaming because I can't, like, do anything else.
I like how it's
and I remember that.
We're always at, like, you know, these really unhealthy eating spots.
Yeah, we're always in, like, these places that are quite public as well, with a lot of people around.
Yeah, wow.
Just to embarrass ourselves further. Anyway, that was on my mind the other day, which, like, was driving me laughing more here because I kept thinking back to that.
Oh, God, good times, good times.
Yeah, hilarious.
Right.
Sorry, the dog just, like, got up and stretched, and she did it so suddenly, I was like, whoa.
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Did you see a ghost?
Do you know what?
Yeah?
One time, I will tell you about... We used to call the ghost that Jess had Kami-chan. I think we've mentioned this podcast before, Kami-chan.
Yeah, I was haunted by a ghost.
I have since realised that that's the wrong word. That is, like, for God, or, like, the spirit of God.
I know.
So
I knew that, after I went to school and said to, like, one of my teachers that, like, oh yeah, I have this ghost and she's called Kami-chan, and then they were just like, what? That means God. And I was like, well, she's my God, so shut up.
Well, I know that the true word is obake, but I don't think that sounds as nice. Obake.
No,
So,
Kami is her name.
I will gather. I'll have a talk to Jess, and I'll gather all the information, and maybe next week we'll talk about Kami-chan, because that was some fun times.
Yeah, when I got haunted.
Okay, cool. Well, we are done.
Right, let's
we
finish
are
this
going.
now.
See you later, Jesse.
See you.
I think we did it.
Oh, I think we did it.
I bloody love orange.
I do it this time. It's my turn.
I'm so sorry.
Stop stealing my thunder. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. That's twice now. That's twice in this one you've done that.
Come on, stop adjusting your breasts.
Stop. I wasn't. And even if I was, you would be lucky to see. Okay? Okay, I'm going now. I'm actually going. Okay, so I bloody love orange.
I fucking love green. I love you. Bye.
Bye.